This is VanCam. This is VanCam. You waited for.
Oh, before you go, Steve, got something for you, mate. You'll love this. Pogba's knocking at the door, Raiola's ringing the bell. Do me a favour, open the door and give the pair of them a Fellaini elbow to the face. Have a bit of that. How you doing, everybody? I am Kev Ashford and you are very welcome to this week's edition of the not world famous ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. Loads to get through this week, and yes, we will be talking about those two pair of pricks who just got a Fellaini elbow clean in the face. Yes, did mention last week that Paul Pogba's looking to get away, and that has not changed. Now Mino Raiola is spouting all kinds of shit and saying basically Paul Pogba is the ultimate professional. So yes, I will be dealing with them pair of pricks. Hope you are all right. We will be discussing loads of other things. We will have the Big VanCam Debate, CockStroker of the week. We'll have a look at a few comments from last week, and check this shit out. Phil Unsworth was in the comment section last week and he was getting all nostalgic thinking about a thing called Fellaini Watch. If you're not aware of what that is, basically on VanCam it used to be the flagship. Basically since Fellaini left United, VanCam has never been the same, but this week I will be bringing it back to see what the bushy-haired bastard has been up to in China. Right, so Man United are now in Australia and Paul Pogba did get on the flight, which bemused me by so many people actually saying, what a professional, check him out, he's got on the plane and that, he doesn't want to be there, but what a professional. Don't believe that dog shit for 1 minute, right? Paul Pogba is just looking after himself, protecting brand Pogba, yeah? If he didn't go, you know, it harms his own brand. He's out there, he's not doing it for Man United. He's doing it for his own brand, for his own Instagram followers, Twitter followers and all that bollocks. He's out there promoting himself, not Man United. He leeched onto Man United. He knows they're the biggest club in the world, and out there he gets exposure for brand Pogba. So anyone that's going to jump in the comment section and say, Kev, you've got to admit he's a good, true professional. You know, he don't want to beat United, but he's gone out there. Absolute bollocks with that kind of shit. You don't sign a contract at Man United and then try getting out of it. The guy's got 3 years left on his contract. He's not got a year left. So Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will ultimately, and Man United, decide if Paul Pogba is going to go. Everybody will know my thoughts on Pogba. Get rid of him, but get rid of him for a good price and reinvest that money into the squad. I'd like to, if we get 130, 150 million for Pogba, I would definitely go for Eriksen from Tottenham. You know, he's a professional. He turns up in the big games, scores goals, assists. Yeah, everywhere. There you go anyway, you've got me going. But one thing I will say, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, please, please do not harm your legacy and try pulling the bastard wool over our eyes. When you come out with comments this week, and I knew he was going to try and defend Pogba. I know he's got to do that. Now, we don't know whether he still wants to keep Pogba and he wants to build a team around him. But to actually come out and say that Pogba's got a heart of gold, come on, Ollie, son, don't be spouting that shit. Don't start. What is it with this United job, man? You know, David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Mourinho, you know, it's broken many a man. Don't go down the same route of spouting absolute dog shit. He's not got a heart of gold. The twat has got a heart of stone. I said it just previous. He doesn't give a shit about Man United. It's all about brand Pogba, and that's the reason he's taken that flight out there, and why that fat twat Raiola is spouting all this shit and saying he's the ultimate professional. For me, he is not. That, my friends, is where I draw the line on Paul Pogba. At least, I'm going to have to talk about him in a bit, actually, because it will be in the Big VanCam Debate. But let's try and get cheered up slightly. I think we'll just have a quick roundup of Transfer Bollocks. Welcome to the Transfer Bollocks Centre. This is where we have a look at Manchester United, possible incomings and possible outgoings. So incomings first of all, and yes, I am going to mention him again. It's becoming like the Wesley Sneijder, the modern day Wesley Sneijder, but it is Matthijs de Ligt. I mean, where is this wanker and what is he up to? In the comments section, everybody's always saying Kev, he's going to Juventus. But if you're reading the same shit as me, it does seem that yes, he has agreed personal terms with Juventus, but Juventus haven't agreed a fee with Ajax. Manchester United have and PSG have. So where are we at with this one? And what will say? Paul Pogba, Raiola has got the same, he's got these two clients. He's got Pogba and De Ligt. So why doesn't Man United turn round to that four-eyed fat fuck and say, and that's Raiola, I mean, not De Ligt, he's obviously doesn't wear glasses and he's not fat. But what I would say is go up to him and say, right, well, do you know what? You can sell Pogba. Go and get a good fee for him. We're prepared to let him go. But we want De Ligt. And we're not letting Pogba go until De Ligt's a Man United player. Sean Longstaff from Newcastle. Yeah, apparently Mike Ashley, who's a complete and utter tit himself, he wants 50 million for Sean Longstaff. Not sure that the Glazers will agree on that one. And to be honest, I wouldn't pay 50 million for him. I'd stick Scott McTominay in there ahead of him. United have also been linked with Mario Lemina. Who the fuck's he? Yeah. From Southampton. Apparently a fee of roughly around 20 million could secure him. He used to play for Juventus. He's won a title with Juventus, which, let's just start going for Celtic players, man. You're guaranteed to win the league every year at Juventus. That's hardly a challenge, is it? But anyway, this is a possible alternative to all the other pure shit transfer fees that United are being offered. So Glazeronomics, they might be looking at this one and thinking, ooh, 20 million, that's not a risk. But if you do look into it, and some Southampton fans have said that he's just basically never done it for Southampton, so probably fitting well at United. Apparently he's quite moody, he's upset the dressing room, so he's going to fit in an absolute bastard treat, innit? With the likes of Sanchez and Pogba and that, if they're still all there anyway. But yeah, well, 20 million, eh? And the last one we're going to look at is Harry Maguire. A lot of United fans slagging this possible transfer off on Twitter from what I've seen. I just sort of kick back and watch and look at some of these comments. But I can't help but think that if Harry Maguire was, Harry Maguire Dino, and he was Brazilian, that everybody would be all over this man, milking, creaming all over the place, thinking, wow, what a guy this is, don't know much about him, but he plays his football in Brazil and that. Harry Maguire, you could build a team around him. The guy is an absolute beast, and if you watch him last season in the big games, which is where United always seem to fail, Harry Maguire had man of the match performances against the likes of Man City, Liverpool. He was absolutely sensational. So for me, yes, it is a lot of money. We're talking 75, 80 million, but we're playing into that transfer playground where Liverpool paid 75 for Van Dijk, so Leicester are going to say, well, he's as good as him and all that bollocks. But Harry Maguire would be an absolute mint buy for Man United. You could pair him up with Eric Bailly, Lindelof, not Smalling or Jones. Yeah, let me know what you think. That was the roundup of transfer activity and pure bollocks that Man United have been linked with this week. There we go with Transfer Bollocks, a roundup of players Manchester United have been linked with. At the end of the day, who haven't we been linked with? Right, a proper treat for you. Let's take a trip down memory lane as I bring back something called Fellaini Watch. It's time to see what the former bushy-haired tit has been up to on his tour, or his sort of life in China. Some say that he once headbutted his former girlfriend because she used his hairspray. All that we know is he's called Fellaini.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Rock you! Fellaini Watch, it is back. I'm awful excited. It's great to have this big bushy head back on my head anyway, Fellaini. What can I say about the man, the myth, the pure legend? Anyway, I've been having a look at his recent stint in China, and a lot of people did send this clip in to me. This is a clip of Marouane Fellaini playing for Shangwan Tikadanga. Anyway, what a fantastic finish from the big man. Now, big men like Fellaini usually get a lot of stick, and he got a lot of stick from me in the past, because if you pump in long balls in and you want to play football that way, it's alright. I just didn't like it United. In fact, last 5 minutes of the match, if we're chasing a game, I've got no problem with it. Send him on, stick him in the butt, and this is exactly what's happened, man. Any other player would have scored this goal. If it was Ibrahimovic, we'd be talking about legendary status. What a fucking finish. But Fellaini has done it. Play to his strengths, pump the ball in, you know what I mean? At least he shows a bit of passion with them elbows and them headbutts. We ain't got anything like that now that he's gone. That was Fellaini Watch.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
That was Fellaini Watch. Can't believe I brought it back. I'm all emotional. I need to compose myself. Right, next we're going to do the big VanCam debate. I'm going to try and fly through this one as quick as I can, because there's loads to get through this week. So just stay with me. You know, kick back, pin back the ears, crack open the beers, and I'll try and do my part of my job. Yes. Oh, yeah.
The Big VanCam Debate.
Is that right, Steve? I'll swivel on that then. Here we go with the big VanCam debate. Now, last week's debate was on Paul Pogba and this possible swap deal with a certain Brazilian who has just, funnily enough, gone AWOL. Yes, it is Neymar. I give you the chance, basically saying, would you swap Paul Pogba for Neymar? Now, the voting on this one drastically changed. I can officially tell you this. Basically because Neymar didn't turn up for the pre-season flight. He wants to go to Barcelona, or he just basically wants out of Paris Saint-Germain. An absolute shithouse. And I said this last week. This was before all this nonsense kicked off. I said, why would you want Neymar to swap for Pogba? I was like, you're swapping one egotistical wanker for another wanker. You know, it doesn't make any sense at all. Granted, he's a great footballer and that. And obviously the voting changed slightly, and I can confirm that 88% of the VanCam community said not a chance. No chance, Neymar, do one. Yeah, if you can find him wherever he is. But yeah, basically 88% said not a chance. They wanted Neymar in a swap deal for Paul Pogba. Gonna get through this one really quick. I mentioned Harry Maguire earlier. I cannot get into my head why Man United fans wouldn't want him at Manchester United. Is it because, you know, is it this English, you know, oh, he can't be worth that money, we're paying a premium? I don't get it. I do not understand it. He's an international player, played in the Champions League. He basically stands out in a Leicester team that is actually getting better and better. So I suppose it remains to be seen whether he'd actually want to come to us. But forget that for a minute. What I'm asking you is, Harry Maguire, deal or no deal? Yeah, deal obviously means you want him. No deal, nah, let's move on. Let's go and sign some kid from Brazil that we've never heard of, but you know, he's done a rainbow flick and a Rabona, you know, in the 2 years that he's been playing, and we'll pay 80 million to Corinthians for him instead. I'm tired, man. Anyway, there is no sitting up on that fence. Why would you want to sit up there? Apart from the fact that when you sit up there, you're leaving yourself open to hawks, eagles. That's where they fly. And the vultures will get you if you don't make a decision. So don't sit on the fence. There's an eye up here. Somebody was asking me last week, how do I vote? How do I vote? I'm trying to tell you here, man. There's a little eye. Just click on it. It drops down and you vote deal for Harry Maguire or no deal. It's as simple as that. Can't make it any easier for you. You know what I mean? There we go, big VanCam debate done and dusted for another week.
The Big VanCam Debate.
Okay, so would you take Harry Maguire? Just make sure you get involved, and as always, get in the comment section. And if you want to drop or finger that like button, then make sure you do it, because it's much appreciated by Big Kevin. If you don't do it, then I will hunt you down and probably shoot one of them spear arrow things at you, and that would really hurt. Right, next we're gonna do the CockStroker of the week. There's some bad bellends out there, and it's my job now to tell you who's took home the award this week in a thing that we all know as CockStroker of the week.
The CockStroker of the week.
Okay, so here we go with CockStroker of the week. I've compiled the top 4 and I'm going to run you straight through them. So you just sit there and enjoy yourself, yeah? Number four this week goes to that Brazilian egotistical tit that is Neymar. Neymar this week basically did not turn up for pre-season for Paris Saint-Germain because he wants to go back to Barcelona from the team that he actually left to go to PSG. And why did he go to PSG? Footballing reasons, was it? He wanted to step out of Messi's shadow and all that. Yeah, it was the money, wasn't it? And then he realised that Paris Saint-Germain, you might as well go and play for Celtic in the SPL. That reason, he's number 4. Oh, you won't get paid that much money at Celtic. That's, yeah. Well, no, he's number 4. Number 3 this week goes to Mino Raiola, somebody that I just hope I never ever meet in McDonald's in Manchester city centre, because I will basically smash his glasses through to the back of his head because he's a useless fat 4-eyed fuck dog. Yeah, you can put that one in the bag. If you ever mention his name again, just say, oh, Mino Raiola, fat 4-eyed fuck dog. Yeah, you can have that. Mino Raiola, why? Because he's trying to engineer this move for Paul Pogba. But the fact that in the same sentence he come out and said that Paul Pogba's been respectful towards United, but in the same breath he also said that he hopes that they can conclude a deal, you know, conclude an outcome to this, which basically means, yeah, he's being respectful, but we want to get him out of here, you know, he wants to leave. Yeah, you fat 4-eyed dog, yeah. Number 2 on the old Twitter, Twatter, whatever you want to call it, is Jay Black. Come across this tweet a couple of days ago, and everybody will know that something I've mentioned before when we're mentioning Paul Pogba. I'm getting tired of talking to this dick, I tell you. But anyway, Jay Black has played the old race card, and he's thrown in that basically Paul Pogba, it's all down to the fact that he's black. You know, this is why he's getting all this shit. I don't know, I'm honestly banging my head against the palm of my lovely hand. What it is, right? It's not that he's black, and it's not a race thing with Manchester United fans. It's not that he's black, it's because he's a bit of a twat. In fact, it's not even a bit. Take that bit out. We'll do it again. It's not because he's black, it's because he's a twat. And that leaves me to tell you number 1 CockStroker of the week. Can you believe it? I managed to get him in at number 1. It's our very own poster boy for CockStroker of the week. It is Piers Morgan. Now, the USA women's team obviously won the World Cup, and on their homecoming they've got off the plane. Of course, they've had a few drinks of champagne and all that, couple of WKDs. Yeah, I'm pissed. Obviously in a American accent. But anyway, the giddy, of course they are. They just won the World Cup, the biggest tournament in women's football. Okay, so they're having a bit of a sing-song, bit of Queen, we are the champions. Why not? Why not? Just get on with it. Piers Morgan takes to Twitter to condone this behaviour. He said there's just something about this team that he doesn't like. Oh, Piers, they've just won the World Cup, for Christ's sake. And this from a beady-eyed, rat-faced bastard who supports Arsenal. Arsenal, who last season were taking selfies and filming themselves in the changing rooms for winning absolutely nothing, just 3 points off Tottenham. They're arch rivals. They're our rivals, aren't they? What? So what have you got to look back on, Piers? Winning absolutely sod all. And then you've got the USA women's team singing We Are the Champions. At least they've got something to show for it, like a trophy, a World Cup. For that reason, Piers Morgan, and he is a beady-eyed bastard. You, I was going to say my friend, you ain't no friend of the man. You are the CockStroker of the week for this week. Fair play, sunshine.
CockStroker of the week.
Congratulations to Piers Morgan, CockStroker of the week. Right, we're going to end very quickly now with a thing called Your Comments. Comments from last week's VanCam episode, so make sure you get yours in now, and it could possibly get read out in next week's show, and it's kind of a big deal. Okay, so this is your comments. That is Take That Back for Good, one of the finest songs of all time. I will not have a bad word said about them. Or that song. I want to super chats last week. I want to say a big thank you to Dave Birtwhistle, who is a VanCam regular. £2 into the VanCam pot, you know, to keep things flowing and stuff here on the not world famous VanCam. And also James Arnold, another £2, and he put hashtag Glazers out, hashtag Glazers out. So fair play to the pair of you two.
I said your love keep on lifting me higher and higher.
Darren Miller was in the comments section and said, our club's a mess. I need say no more. You don't need to say any more, mate. And I think a lot of United fans are starting to realise this. We've been kind of left behind years ago. Teams around us have been strengthening season after season. When we had Sir Alex Ferguson, we had players who would literally run through brick walls for him. We haven't had that since. I mean, if you look at last season, players like Pogba and that basically got Mourinho the sack. Even Martial to an extent. Players that are just basically down tools. That would have never have happened under Sir Alex Ferguson. For Christ's sake, we won the league with what? Welbeck, Tom Cleverley in midfield. That tells you everything you need to know about that great man, Sir Alex Ferguson. Love him back. Dennis O'Mahony. What a surname. Or it could be O'Mahony. I think it's O'Mahony. Let me know, mate. Anyway, but he said, okay, big man. Of course I'm alright. Look at me flexing the guns. He said it started the decline of the Glazers. They are a joke, Kev, and are fucking the club up before they sell. Great show, pal. Keep it up. Keep it up. Love the Manc humour. Yeah, well, that is the thing about the Glazers, innit? We all know that they're an absolute cancer at Old Trafford. They're ripping the heart and soul out of everything that used to be good about the club. And they will continue to use Man United as a cash cow as long as there's milk coming out of their udders. They'll be there just going... I can't believe I just did that. 2 minutes, mate. I'm just doing your comments. Fucking traffic wardens. Diane Dixon was in the comment section and said, love that you talked about the hashtag Glazer Out campaign. I think the only reason we would swap Pogba for Neymar is for shirt sales. That is a good point, actually, because this shows where Man United are now. Where's buying these players, you know, young, raw and all that, that want to play for the shirt? And then you've got the money men, Knobhead Woodward and the Glazers, both looking, we need to bring a player in who can sell shirts and all this. You know, it never used to be like that. We used to unearth these top talents. You know, nobody who knew who Cristiano Ronaldo was until he come to Man United, and then he made a name for himself there. So in that sense, I'm hoping that Dan James, from what I've heard in training, same shit that all usually, apparently broke the bleep test, whatever that means, the machine, that whatever, he was too quick for it. He's outran everybody in every test that they've done. So I would think that a few of the older heads in the team would be looking at Dan James now as a bit of inspiration and thinking, we need to get to his level because he's setting the standard. And then YouTube VanCam royalty was in the comments section. He goes by the name of John Vallandigham. He said, on a personal note, damn Kev, you're starting to look like Steve Reeves. PS, great VanCam. Steve Reeves. Twastard. Steve Reeves. Look at that for a shit porntash. Is that what Mr. Vallandigham is trying to say about me, that I've got some kind of shit moustache? Jesus, that is a pencil tash and a half, man. And what's up this other? Huh? I'll take that back, Vallandigham. I'm really sorry for calling you a cheeky twastard. You've obviously going off the physique, aren't you? You've looked the upper body, and obviously I'm more defined than that, but yeah, I'll take that one, Vallandigham. I'm sorry, that was just a total, you know, didn't mean for that to happen then. It's just, we got our wires crossed, we got there in the end. That was a compliment. You're trying to say that basically Steve Reeves had built pretty much like Kev, do you know what I mean? Sun's out, guns out and all that. Nice one for watching, everyone. Thanks to all the new subscribers, over 100 new ones from the previous video, which shows that I'm doing something kind of right. It doesn't cost anything, does it, either? Like I say every week as well, we're liking it. What's all that? Just like it. If you don't like it, don't dislike it, just do one. Go and watch some other dickhead talking shit. Thanks very much. United, some game coming up in Perth or something at the weekend, so I'll be watching that, and I'll be back next week with more nonsense, more transfer bollocks, all that shit. Thank you very much. Get a comment in, and if you want, hit the share button. Share it to all your mates and all that. You don't get if you refer a friend, you don't get a voucher. Keep it real. See you later. Nice one for watching the video. And thanks to everybody who has subscribed to VanCam. You can follow me on all the usual social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Plenty of Fish. So make sure you give me a follow. Nice one if you dropped a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe. This is VanCam. Nice one.